welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a quick video on what we are doing over this summer. Now, this year we are homeschooling through the year, and that is because we will be moving at the end of the year. So after that first semester of school, or the typical semester, we will be moving, and we will probably take a couple months off, and so I didn't want to give it too far behind. And so, like I said, we're just going to continue schooling. Now, a lot of what you're going to see here is kind of carryover from this past year because we did switch up a lot of our curriculum halfway through the year. So we are just going to continue on, and we'll probably pick up our typical, grade change stuff when they would be starting the new school year. So, third grade moving up to fourth grade, all that good stuff. And so I just, like I said, I wanted to run through and just let you see what we're doing. It's not going to be a full curriculum flip through because I've already done a lot of that in previous videos. So if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to my channel. Just push that little button down below that says subscribe, and then you can go through and see those videos. So here it is. So let's just start with what's first. Okay, so our history is Our Star-Spangled Story. This is the part 1. There's also a part 2, but this is by Knotgrass. Let me see if I can. Here we go. Knotgrass History, knotgrass.com. You can find out all about that at their website. They have stuff for all different ages, not just elementary, but the text, which this is the text. Whoop, the text here. You just read through the lesson, and then there's typically a workbook page to go along with it. And then there are also rhymes and songs that go along with each unit. And then there's also a timeline book. And so all of us are doing this. It's a group not a group project. It's a group subject that we all do together. So that is our history. And to kind of beef up our history, in the text, there are hands-on activities. It's like 1 per unit, so once a week. But to beef up some of the focal points of each lesson, I have picked up the History Pockets Life in Plymouth Colony, and I also have another History Pockets that I want to order. I haven't yet, and it is, let me see if I can see. Which one is it? Oh, that's Theme Pockets. Oh, here we go. Moving West. And then Explorers of North America and Colonial America. So we'll do we'll do Explorers of North America and then Colonial America and then Moving West. And then I also have I have a Native American one. But we're kind of right in the Pilgrim/colonial times right now in our history curriculum. So we've started doing this. And if you haven't ever checked out these Evan Moore History Pockets, they're really a lot of fun. The kids make a little book, and there's activities that go along within the pockets, and it's really neat because you can just print, and they can color and cut, and there's stories and vocabulary and all that good stuff. So anyway, that is our history. Now, to kind of go along with history/social studies, my 2 older ones are doing the Evan Moore Skill Sharpeners Geography. And we just do this a couple times a week, but it basically talks about maps, map keys, directions. I mean, typical geography things. And so this is grade 1. You could see there's word searches and kind of puzzles and things. So they enjoy those. It's a very quick activity. It's a lot of fun, but they do pick up quite a bit, even though it's, minimal work for them. Math, we are just continuing on. So I will say the history was something that we switched over in the middle of the year. So we're still working on that, actually even later than the middle of the year. We were doing Story of the World, and we had to take off a lot of time and things got behind, and they were more interested, my kids were at the time more interested in American history, so we'll come back to Story of the World and do that, but right now we're doing the Star Spangled Story because it's American history. Another thing that we changed up in the middle of the year is we added Abeka arithmetic, and I forgot, let me see if I can get his book. I always forget my kindergartner's book. So, we picked this up in the middle of the year, and this is the K5 one, so numbers and skills. So we're just continuing on with that math. It's fairly standard. It's a spiral program, which is what we needed because they were forgetting things. So there's a lot of review. My daughter the other day was like, why is this so easy? I'm like, well, because you've done a lot of this already. So it's supposed to start to be easier once you've done it enough. So we're going to stick with Abeka arithmetic. Also for language arts, we are sticking with CLE. Which is Christian Light Education. And I was looking to see if they have their website on here. Oh, yes. So there's their information. So it's Christian Light Publications, which is that's Christian Light Education is a division of Christian Light Publications. So, we've talked about before in my videos, or I've talked about before, how my son is third grader, but we started with second grade CLE to beef up his grammar because that was really what was lacking, not his reading. And so we are still on CLE 2. And like I said, we will just stick with it. It's going really well. The language arts and the reading are both great. I just love how with him, he can just pick it up and do it on his own. There's really not a whole lot I have to do other than maybe explain some of the newer things in each lesson, which are the red boxes. Like this one, it talks about this blend making these different sounds. So I may make it a point to talk to him about that so, he doesn't just skip over it. But those are very easy. There's a reader that goes with them, and the tests and the quizzes, are included. And then my daughter, who is first grade, she is also doing CLE. And so there's 10 lessons. Yes, 10 workbooks. So she's almost halfway through because she's almost at the end of this one. And once she hits this is 104 here. Once she hits 105, she will pick up the language arts portion for grade 1. So grade 1 starts out with learning to read. You go through 4 of these workbooks. Then once you hit the 5th workbook, then you pick up the language arts. And so once she gets through this, we'll pick up the language arts and go through that. And she also has readers that go with her curriculum. So we will be sticking with CLE. As far as handwriting goes. So I do have Handwriting Without Tears for my daughter, but right now we were given this for free. And so we are she has done some of it. I just ripped the pages out instead of keeping them in the book. So, we got a good chunk in there. But anyway, she's just going to keep working on this. I like that there's a lot of copy work. She does not. But she needs a lot of practice with her writing, and that's a little bit beefier than Handwriting Without Tears. Now, my third grader is doing the Kickstart Cursive. We just started that. And actually, I noticed in his language arts today, let's see if I can find where he was. Yeah, so they've started working on cursive. They're starting with the strokes here, and he's just started this Kickstart Cursive because he just finished his other Handwriting Without Tears book. And so this is really kind of just the beginning, and then he'll have another book once he finishes this one. but he's enjoying that. He really wanted to do cursive. And then my kindergartner has Kickstart Kindergarten, just your typical Handwriting Without Tears book. So he's just going to continue on with that. Now, I will say, because you're probably like, well, where's the language arts stuff for your kindergartner? He does all of his language arts and a lot of math on reading eggs and math seeds. He is not a workbook kid. He does not like writing very much. It is a huge struggle and a fight. And I just, instead of fighting that battle, I found reading eggs and it works great. And he has learned a whole lot. And so we are just going to stick with that for now. The last thing, a science that we are using is the Science Shepherd. And I just did a review on this. It's actually the video, the very last video I've done. And this is a video curriculum. So I don't teach anything. They learn it through a 2 to 5 minute video each day. And then they have workbook pages that they complete and little activities, little projects that go along with them. And like I said, this was one that we switched through later than halfway through the year. So we'll definitely be working on this for quite a while. I believe it's a 35-week program. And this isn't really one that you can kind of rush. I mean, I guess you could do multiple lessons if you wanted to, but I've found trying to rush my kids through it doesn't work. They're better if we do little chunks at a time than trying to get through a lot just to get through it. So anyway, that's my video. That's what we're doing this summer. We typically do the group subjects first, and then we'll take a break. Then we'll work on handwriting and math. And, you know, we take breaks here and there. We've been learning to take more breaks. But if you have any questions, put them in the comment box below. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And I will see y'all next time. Thanks for watching my video. Bye.